bisa dunia utuhurumia Emana kadoda Kita bisa dunia utuhurumia Emana kadoda Kita bisa dunia itu jadi I bless you, my dear brother, my dear sister, wherever you are, wherever you're listening to me, and whoever may be online watching me, for those who are live with me. And I think of it very much important that we as men to think in a deeper way about our women. Our women are very much important in this world. Not only being important in this world, but they are very much important because they have given us life. We must understand that women are bringers of life. And not only that they bring the life, but they nurture it to the end, actually to the grave. And even after you have gone to the grave, the women still remembers you. And we see it from the time of Jesus, that when Jesus had died, we remember that Mary went with other two women to anoint the dead body of Jesus in the grave. That is how much women cares. You may ask me, what experience of woman do I have? And I am privileged, I'm blessed that I have a mother. And so I speak of real and true experience. I know there are times that I was even sick, and only my mother could detect and sense that I'm sick. And even recently, I went somewhere, and this girl was shaking her legs. She's a small girl, and you know, the woman who was at the back of where we were seated, she could sense that this girl want to use bathroom, want to use a restroom. And who could ever do that if not a woman? Women are very important, not only in our own lives, but in our nations. They need to be given a privilege, an opportunity to express themselves. And you see, the Word of God guides us. The Quran is there and other holy books. But I would say this has nothing actually, even for us to read the Bible at the moment. I want to reason with you because these are practical things that are happening in our world today. I'm looking and following the news in so many countries, and it is so sad to see how much domestic violence have caused in our world today, and especially in the lives of women. We know very well that women perhaps aren't muscular or, that powerful in the strength of the body to defend themselves. And so they bear it all. I don't say they aren't there. Violent women, they are there, but the number is lesser compared to what women are facing at this time. So much domestic violence. A lot of women have been chopped off their necks, their hands, being stabbed, and the last story that made me really feel sad is to see this woman whom some men came and put some expired radio batteries in her private parts. It is sad. It is very annoying. My fellow men, you who are out there, if you are really a man and you want to prove that you are a man, it is better, I would prefer for your lesser evil to go to exercise your strength, perhaps with another lion or another stronger man. Why are you going to fight with a woman? It shows how coward a man could be by going to fight a woman. Why should you go to that an extent? Molesting young girls? This has been happening always. If they refuse to give what they have in their bodies, that belongs to them. Recently, we had a woman who was shot in one of our areas here in a place we call Montego Bay. She was shot by this gunman because she refused to offer him sex after he had stolen $20,000 from him. He shot the woman in front of her daughter, young little daughter, 8 to 10 years old. Let me say clearly that this is affecting our world today. It is affecting our children. What kind of climate are we trying to create for our children? And I'm talking to men at this time. If you're a man, open your heart, open your mind. Think again once, think twice, think thrice, think again and again before you have exercised your anger. Let us not portray our cowardness by infecting those who are poor, those who are weak, those who are vulnerable than us, than ourselves. Going to fight a woman, going to beat a woman in this kind of a manner, or harming a woman, it shows how weak a man is. A real man holds a dialogue, holds a conversation. A real man takes 1 step back, 2 step backs, 3 step backs before he acts. Or a real man may hold back, go into a little silence, and quest with other real men. What is good and how can I deal with this woman? Look for healing. I know that some of us may have issues psychologically derived from our parents, our forefathers, or foremothers. But it is good that we learn to meditate so that we know our standard, so that we know ourselves. Let us acquire anger management. It is not every food that is set on the table that you eat. There are times that you choice out. And there are times that food is offered on the table and you don't have to eat none. It is not all the times that you're angry, you have to react. You can hold back your anger, reconcile with yourself. And when you notice that you're angry, it is always good to hold back. And I repeat again, make 1 step back, 2 step back, 3 step back. It doesn't mean that you're a coward. The woman may be arrogant, like another woman I found a few days who was very arrogant to me. She was very, very arrogant. And I decided I was going to walk away. It might appear, even though I let her know her position, that might sound to you like you're a coward, but walking away doesn't mean that you're a coward. It means that you can sort out problems. It means that you can resolve the problems. And there are no problems that are so great that cannot be solved. But the moment you go forward and let a woman suffer in her entire life or end her life, you're not solving any problem. And I'm very sorry for you because you may end up in prison and get jailed for life. So, what is the whole purpose of losing your life for nothing? For a simple thing, a mistake that can be solved. And if you feel it, it is so much difficult to bear a woman who is with you or living with you. Give them freedom. Let them go and let them go safely. You do not have to underestimate or undermine the life of a woman. Women are very important. They are creatures given a lot of gifts by God, gifts that we all experience in religious levels, into administrative levels of the state. We know that women are important. They do suffer a lot. Why should we add them more sufferings? We must be very careful to what we do to our women. Even in our cultures, we need to honor our mothers. We need to honor our women. And I do have a special respect for women. And one reason that makes me respect women and feel that there are certain things I cannot do to a woman, it is because I have seen the care that my mother had for us. Bear in mind, we were born, a lot of us, 7 of us, and one is away in the grave or perhaps in heaven. He was taken away by the Lord. And all of us, 7 of us, my mother took it as a duty. She never rested. This woman hustled day and night. And that is why I also have a special respect for hustlers. My mother hustled day and night to cater for us. And I'm sure your mother as well. Remember, when you're underestimating a woman, she is about, and they have done it. She carried you for 9 good months. And even for some who had done surgery because they extended their days. Some of our children were born in a very hard way, and only the women bore that pain. The man, yes, visits this woman just for a single night, and goes and it is finished. But the woman nurtures that which has been planted, that which has been shown. I feel bad. I'm not sad, but I feel bad. I feel bad when I see men underestimating women. Let us pull back. If we can't deal with the situations, pull back for a while. Take a break. I don't mind even you leave your house for a week and come and solve out your problems. But do not take a machete. I'm begging you. Do not take a knife if you're a real man. Do not take a knife towards a woman or to stab a woman. If you're a real man, a real man who calls himself man among men, do not take any gun to shoot a woman. That includes even the small girl that is in your village, or that one who is your daughter, or that one who belongs to your neighbor. And if you cannot manage your sexual desires, I would prefer that you go somewhere else, go into a cave, walk out into the bush, go and learn to pray. Perhaps you may succumb your desires. Go into the river, wash up yourself, bathe, cleanse yourself. Go to church. I know it is hard for most men. But if you're a man enough, put your gun down. Put your hands down towards women. Put your knife down. Put your machete down. Instead, make them happy. They make us happy. They baby us. Who else does what a woman does in this world? Who can do what a woman does in this world? I saw a woman some time back trying to blow some air to her child so her child could breathe. And I also saw another woman trying to suck up some really dirty stuff from the mouth of her child so that her child could survive. It is only a woman who can do these things. Let us honor them. Let us give them a special respect. Even our Savior Jesus Christ humbled himself being God. He came in the likeness of man and allowed himself to enter into the womb of Mary. And he was born like I and you. Let us reflect about these things. It is very important that we respect our women. They are there as great icons. They are there as regents, even if not considered. We have great philosophers who are women. Their names aren't in the book. You can think of a woman like Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Mother Teresa found her richness in the poorest of the poor. She cared for elderly men. Those who do not know her stories, you can actually watch a movie on Mother Teresa of Calcutta, India. You can watch her documentaries. She cared for the poorest of the poor. Old men who were thrown into the streets because of poverty. Old women who had no one to care for them. Some of them were widows. A lot of children who were orphans. a lot of children who had a lot of disabilities. And she showed that they were capable of doing greater things. And she said that we can do small things with great love. Where has the love gone? If you really, really love your mother, would you ever do that bad thing to a woman? I am challenging you that if you're a real man, I want to hear your comments. If you feel free to comment, and if you cannot comment, I want us to reason these things together. That why does this happen? Can we learn to control our anger? And if we can't, can we help each other? If I cannot help you, I know there is someone there out there who is ready to counsel men, who is ready to help men. I know we bury our problems inside of us. We do not want to speak about them, perhaps because we think we are big. And I know when I speak of this, I know that there are men who are in distress because of a few women. That I know. But at the same time, there are means to solve problems. Do not pile up your anger. Do not keep it for tomorrow. It is good that you express it and express it maturely. Women are people who can listen. They do listen. Yes, they do listen. They do listen because my mother have spent with my mom a number of years. And it doesn't mean they didn't have quarrels. They had quarrels. They had disagreements. And at times, mom had to walk away. And at times, she had to come back. And amazing, she's still there. So, life has issues that can be solved, you know? I do not know my dad as a simple guy, you know? But he's there. He's a real man. He bears with my mother, despite of the difficulties that each other encounter. You who are of my age, mate, or who are of the new millennium and the millennium to come, if you want to be a man, a real and true man, respect a woman. The respect of a man to a woman is a validity that you're a man. Your respect to a woman validates you to be a real man. Let your manhood be manifested by your respect for women. Women of all kinds deserves respect. I urge you and somehow command you as my friends, as my fellow men, let us truly respect our women. Let us truly respect our women. They deserve respect. They deserve respect. Even if they might not portray, you know, the attitude that we do expect, still, let us respect them. Live in harmony, live in peace, and if possible, with all people and at all times. My dear friends, let us subscribe and let us spread this message to other men so that we may all gather, start from where you are to the next village and the next village. You know, let us come to the level of the nation and in the entire world. Let us preach peace. Let us talk on how we can help our women to develop themselves. You know, they all have a chance. They all have a chance. I'm going to speak about this more and more. I'm going to explain more and more as days go by. Perhaps not today. I know this is long, but at the same time, it is very important that we reason together. And let us reason together. If there are issues that needs to be raised, let us reason together. We can help each other, even as men. We can help each other because we all have our issues. And our issues, perhaps, they are not women issues. But the point for today is that women deserve respect, and we must respect them despite of their, you know, weakness, despite of their, you know, incompleteness sometimes, but they deserve respect. Click the bell that you see there so that you get notified of the next video that you'll be following.